Shalom. Check the feed. Man, I'm glad I bought my jacket. Man, I think it was this cold. You say we live, huh? Shadow band.
Yeah, don't say we
I didn't try to make it private. I don't think I can even change that right now.
Have a conversation with Trail.
Yeah, Trail.
Excuse us. You see old girl tuned in? I tuned in.
Slocky, we just checking the feed. GMS Pittsburgh Saints.
Oh, Pittsburgh Saints. Sorry.
Pittsburgh Saints, brother.
Sorry.
Are you good? All one word.
I was looking at the.
You good, bro? You was looking at Steel City.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steel City been got fucked up. I don't even think that camp ever posted. So I was like, we're gonna regress to this one or revert to this one. I forgot I even made this. And even though the icon says sit downs, it's actually the title is actually Pittsburgh Saints. All one word. Might not be subscribed. I know you had access to it at one point because you posted a video to it. So you type in GMS Pittsburgh Saints, all one word, no spaces. You're subscribed. You check? At least that one posted. When was that from? 12/21?
Yeah.
What's the reason? You're not showing. Well, we're live. It says we're live. You know, it'll, I guess, post when it's ready. And you check stuff. Okay, whatever. It probably defaulted to a private stream. I mean, I could restart. Yeah, let's just continue.
You want to just continue? You shouldn't be default to the private.
Yeah, Esau be doing that. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all honor, glory, and praise to
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Yahushai,
Bahashem, Rakakadash. For the honors, the apostles, the elders, the great millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. The GMS Pittsburgh Saints, once again, through the spirit and power of Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. The Lord willing, edify the lambs of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Okay? We chant down this wicked place, Babylon the Great, okay? As we understand, prophecies are popping off the page. Anything to say, Brother Boy, you can start off.
Yeah. Prophecies are popping off the page. This devil is getting bolder and bolder.
Right.
He's moving with more, he's moving sloppy, but he's moving with more haste, And hey, these different things going on around the world, all right, you can see that these nations are getting into what? A wartime mentality, right? They get into a wartime mentality, and this you can come on through. Yeah, and this devil, he's moving more ancient world, man. This thing that just happened with Venezuela, they basically kidnapped the president of Venezuela.
That's
right, to hold him to trial.
That's
right. So they really just said to hell with it, man.
How can we help you, sir?
I was just listening in.
It's a phone.
Yeah, I was just being a public listener.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, of course, that's allowed. I'm
See
just
what
the way you was looking at the
yeah,
phone.
seeing the angles. I didn't want to get your angle.
No, you ain't in no angle.
No,
man.
you're not in there.
Yeah, continue, Brother Sluck.
Right. So the different things that's going on with Nicolas Maduro.
Right.
They kidnapped him and his wife.
That's right.
But now they're just being they're blatant about it.
That's right.
Now it's obvious for those who are paying attention why they wanted to go into Venezuela.
That's right.
Because Venezuela, they are the producers. They have the most resources when it comes to petroleum or oil in the entire world.
That's right. That's right.
But, and I don't know if you wanna, if you could look that up, Quanawad. When was Venezuela forced out of the oil market? Right? They were forced out of the oil market to where, you know, the big the countries or giants when it comes to oil, right, wasn't doing business with them, and crippled their economy.
That's correct.
Right now,
Hey, how's it going?
I believe America wanted to do deals with them before, but they wasn't having it. It's like, no, we're not doing any deals with America, right? So now they just went in there, they took them, they seized them, they did airstrikes. Who knows how many civilians, right, that got caught in the crossfires? They don't care because they want to go in there and get that oil. And now he says, oh, we're going to spend billions of dollars. We're going to get the oil flowing from there. Right, we're gonna have basically they said we're gonna set up a president in Venezuela that's gonna be good for the people.
Yep.
Democracy for everybody.
Yep.
Right? They're gonna put their own puppet president in there,
That's right.
so that they can reap the benefits of the resources. And that goes back to what? Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter.
Yeah, well, actually, the first as well. I always like to harp on that because this is the thing. This is the thing that the Lord does in the scriptures. He sets up different kingdoms. They perform certain actions, and then, in particular, this kingdom, the Babylon the Great, okay, mystery heart of Babylon the Great, she has characteristics of every major nation that has ever existed, okay, and this characteristic that they're showing now is the characteristics of the Chaldeans, which is what, the wise men of the Babylonians, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and so it talks about that, and then they're even called what? The daughter of the Chaldeans, okay. And I believe this might be directly linked, correct me if I'm wrong, to Esau, Edom, or either to daughter of Babylon. I can't remember exactly.
It's directly linked
to Edom, right?
To Edom.
Right, correct. So these are the daughter of the Chaldeans. Now, what are the characteristics of the Chaldeans? They're depicted in Habakkuk 1. It's specifically what we're talking about. Going through the breadth of the land, taking the lands that do not belong unto them. Okay, and this is what as the scripture said, what? The devil is as deaf and as is hell, Salaki, roughly, messing it up, tongue twisting, and cannot be satisfied. But gather unto himself what? All nations. Right. And that's what he does, man. He'll go into, that's what this nigga's doing right before your eyes, man. He done went over here to meddle in affairs that ain't have shit to do with him. Right. Okay, and now what is he doing? He's gonna reap the benefits of that land. Was Esau not blessed with the fatness of the earth? And how did it say he was gonna get it? By the sword. That's what the nigga's doing.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay, he covered the face of the judges thereof. But then it says what? If not, where and who is he? Right. Who else is doing this? Go ahead, Al.
Right. When they see, look, if you're smart, if you're a leader or a minister or a king over a nation, if you are any kind of intelligent, when you discover that your country has a certain sought after resource, you shouldn't tell nobody. It should not be
noised abroad.
Like some of these countries say, stockpile of gold and gold mines was discovered. You shouldn't have said that, because guess what? This devil said, when he see gold, we got to go up in there. Your leader, he's a dictator. We need to take him out.
Yep.
They'll make something up just to go get the resources.
Yep. The scriptures say, "Thou tongue framest deceit." When thou sawest say, what does it say? Thou consentest with him?
I saw an adulterer.
An adulterer? The thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and to destroy. Right. That's what Esau does, man. He takes everything. What does it say? He oppresses a man, even a man in his heritage, man. Right. That nigga take your land, take all your resources, and strip you naked, man. Leave you with nothing.
Leave you with nothing. And hey, see, look. In the kingdom, the Lord is gonna have. We're gonna boast ourselves in the riches of the Gentiles. That's right. They're gonna bring us riches, man. But guess what? They're still gonna have resources, right? When they're done serving out their slavery, we're gonna be fair.
Right.
Right? In order for them to live, so that they can worship the Most High, they gotta have resources too. You know?
Right.
So we're gonna be fair.
Yeah, they don't have their basic necessities.
Yeah, they don't have their necessities.
Right. Lawful necessities.
Yeah, and they're gonna want to bring us riches too, man. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
My Lord, we found these are the most precious stones of the amethyst caves of Moab.
Yeah. We have discovered a new stone, my lord.
Yes, and every time they come, they bring in trains and trains of treasure chests.
Wheelbarrows.
We come bearing gifts, my Lord.
We know that these are our daughters, and they can yet but only be concubines unto thee. But nevertheless, we shall giveth them unto you.
Right.
Oh, Salaki.
They're gonna want to do that because there's gonna be righteous rulership.
That's right.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
That's right, brother.
People are mourning right now.
Okay. So who does that tell you is in authority? That the people are mourning.
Right.
The wicked. Go ahead.
Right. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, and I wanted to start at 5 just to get to the point. 5 on down. It says, yea, also, but let's start at 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. So who's lifted up? All right. Who has that proud mindset? Right. It's Esau Edom, right? And he has the rulership over the earth. Job 9:24, right?
That's right.
It says is not upright in him.
That's right.
Right. So though he's exalted, really the Most High has set him up, right? But though he likes to try and exalt himself, right? He's not upright. He's not right in the mind. Okay. It says, but the just shall live by faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. Wine meaning his philosophies.
That's right.
Right? It says, he is a proud man. All you got to do is just watch Trump's address. Every time he comes out, yeah, the American people, we have the best military. I'm trying to get his impression correct.
Yeah, right.
The best military.
You do a good job. We were talking in the car. I was like, you sound like that, brother. You sound like that nigga.
Happy. The people are happy. Everyone is gonna be great. Everything's gonna be great. We're gonna build a wall. You gotta do the face. It's gonna be.
Jake,
Right.
man. Jake, lively, man.
It says, right? You can see the proudness on Trump's face, man.
Yeah.
It says, neither keepeth at home. Now, as it currently stands, these Edomites is not in ancient Edom and Basra. They everywhere else but their own homeland.
Right.
Right? They in our homeland saying they us.
Man.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why it says what? He covers the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? This Actually, more fitting is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, around the 10th verse, man. Okay, even now the mystery of iniquity doth speak.
Yeah, doth already work.
Talking
about the Romans.
That's right, man.
They over there in the land of the Japhites, Yawan, right? And saying they them.
Yeah.
They in South Africa saying that they them. No, we're Africans.
See, that's funny as hell. But that's exactly what
it with a K. We're Africans.
Oh, with a K. See, that's crazy.
What's an African really? Africa was named after an Edomite.
So Africanus, right? So yeah, they're not wrong. That from the origins of that name. But what they essentially did is moved into a region, took over that region, lived there long enough that they began to feel entitled to that region, and now they want to push out the actual natives of that region. But this is what this devil does. Like we quoted earlier, he oppresses the man in his heritage. He moves into a region. He's like, you know what, nigga? If we've been here long enough, this is our shit.
Right.
That's what he did here.
Right.
Nigga, they'll probably tell you when Columbus came, niggas was here.
Right.
So how can they then turn around and say, nigga, we planted a flag? We colonize. Yeah, that's why they call you colonizer, nigga, because you came over here and you categorize it like you do, categoreo. All right, and what's the actual English word they use for category? Accuser.
Right.
Well, what if they
call us savages?
I was just about to say that. That's the spirit.
The savages need to be what is it?
It's civilized. Yeah.
And civilized.
We need to teach them how to live. Meanwhile, your bitch ass digging up dead bodies and shit.
Right.
You couldn't survive.
Don't even know how to use soap. Jake
Couldn't
taught
bathe.
you how to bathe. Wash your ass, nigga.
But you
Taught you how
want
to use soap.
But then you got the nerve, like I like to say, you know what I'm saying? Because brothers, anyway, you got the nerve to call us savage. All right?
Right.
You motherfucker, you must be emotionally damaged carrying much baggage the way you. Because look, bro, how the fuck you go around doing incest, eating dead bodies, you know what I'm saying? Leaving trash and things in the streets and fecal matter.
Right.
And then rats come, and then now you done started the bubonic plague.
Right.
But then you gonna come and call the niggas that taught you how to live and bathe yourself savages?
You gotta imagine this too. And look, we see this today. Now some, you'll see them. They wash their hands.
Yeah.
They might be Jake.
It might be. Right.
Some Edomites, or they might just have highest. You know what I mean?
Higher
But these
hygienic
little peon Edomites, man. They go in, they use the bathroom, and they just walk right over.
Have you heard the ones that say they don't wipe their butts? They don't wipe their butts. They just shit and then they just go. Bro, that's nasty, bro.
Right.
Bro, even if you don't bathe every day, nigga, like you probably should. But look, nigga, I'm just saying, like, you don't wipe your ass. So when you sit down, you just got shit just pressing up against your drawers and pants.
Wow.
Laundry is horrible. Gotta be.
That's right.
Wipe your butt. Jake be so clean. I know Jake, they'll use a wet wipe when they get through. Tissue and then wet wipe.
Yep.
To feel fresh. Get a bidet, something, nigga, damn. These niggas don't wipe your ass. Women, they're women. I've seen women on videos. Yeah, I won't bathe for weeks.
Right, and that's an actual. So this is where you got cologne from. They were really using it to
Cover up their
seal
stench.
because they believed that it covered up their stench, but they believed that if they washed off the microbes and stuff that they would get sick, right?
Wow.
So they try to keep everything in. That's why they had the oils and stuff to keep all that stuff. That's disgusting, man. That's disgusting.
They went from scraping themselves in Rome, because in Rome they used to scrape the dead skin off their body. But you gotta exfoliate, but
Yeah, exfoliation.
you know what I'm saying? But that's still,
Right.
you know what I'm
Right.
saying? They just getting up.
Right.
It really immersing yourself in the tub, if you can, for like an hour or more, and then getting up and rinsing off. That's really the most effective way of
Well, yeah. Well, bathing. That's
full bathing.
That's well, the women used to do what? They used to bathe in the oil.
Yeah, when you
She
shower.
walked down the street, she smelled like cinnamon and
Smell
vanilla.
good.
And,
Leaving
but
a
she been
nice
bathing
odor.
in that for months.
Hey.
That's what Esther did.
Ooh.
That's what Esther did.
Getting ready.
Mm-hmm. You smell
Nice.
it from a mile away. I smell beauty coming down the street.
Right.
But
Hey,
that-
she was perfect for that first night.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Perfect. Like, damn, baby, you smell good. Go ahead.
Right, but continuing on, it says, he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home. He's in everybody's business.
Yep, everywhere.
We don't like how you treat your people. You're a dictatorship.
Right.
If you don't try to make negotiations and treat your people well, so help me God, we're gonna have to do something about this.
Yeah, meanwhile, he mistreating the people that live under him.
Right.
What the hell? What they say? What the hell, Leonte? I really don't like this, but how you gonna be way over somewhere else and somebody? You know what? That's like you going over somebody else's houses,
Right.
And you offering to clean a mess that you didn't make,
Yeah.
and your house filthy.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it going over somebody's house. Let's say you struggle with cleaning your own shit, but you go over somebody's house and you don't want to make a mess of it. I get it. But you going over there and you criticizing them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you like, man, you need to clean up. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it. And you can't do the own shit at your own house.
Right.
That's some dumbass shit.
Right. And the nations are seeing that.
That's right.
They're seeing that. Like, you doing all this, but what about the people that's in your own country?
That's right.
Right? It says, who enlargeth his desire as hell. Now, what is hell?
The grave.
The grave, it represents death. Okay? Or the grave. But what the scriptures say, the grave can never be satisfied. People are always
Shot a wall,
getting,
right?
right, shot a wall. People are always getting judged and put in the grave, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the
Never
grave
be satisfied.
never be satisfied.
Until death and hell get swallowed up for the Israelites, because guess what? You other nations are still going to be perishing, okay? Because what quickens you is the word. It is the spirit that quickens you, and the words I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. So when we get the law, statutes, and commandments sealed into our inward parts, death will be done away with for us as a people. But you heathens are going to still have to learn, okay? And I'll just make the statement, what I'm saying, because obviously I don't want to deviate too far. But that's the thing that a lot of you people have a problem with. That's why we're going to be labeled as extremists. I literally had somebody that I've been in contact with say that they chat GPT, the Hebrew Israelites and everything. They try to get an idea about, what I'm into, And that chat GPT labeled the true understanding of the scriptures under the category of extremism. Because you do have these other groups, which is accepted by Esau, which take the bag, such as those, like we believe, those Genesis cats, all right, who have taken the bag, all right, and are teaching the BS, right? And so those will get categorized as, well, they're not so, they're more adherent to the actual standards of what Christianity teaches, and salvation is for this. But there are some extreme groups out there that teach that salvation is only for the Israelites, and well, that's the truth. I guess we extreme then. I guess we will be called extremists because the scriptures tell you differently than what you guys believe.
Right. There's a precept right here. It says, how you doing? Proverbs chapter 30, verse 15 and 16. It says, the horse leech hath 2 daughters, crying, give. And it says, there are 3 things that are never satisfied. Yea, 4 things, say not it is enough. The grave, the barren womb, the earth that is not filled with water, and the fire that saith not, it is enough.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because the fire, if a fire got fuel, it will continue to burn.
Yeah. Isn't there a scripture that does it call the Most High a devouring fire? Or
yes, the devouring fire, right.
Yeah, but like I said, the first 3 things are never satisfied. Great. And the last says that it's not enough, and the grave is one of those things that it says it is not satisfied. Okay, and so like the brother mentioned,
because when you think about it, it says the fire says it's not enough. You have to put a fire out. There's no fire smothering itself. You have to physically put a fire out. That's right. That's why you got what? Firefighters. Because if you just let it burn, it's gonna keep burning.
And that's why it's such a focused effort when there's a wildfire to try to put it out, and why they battle those things for weeks, man.
For weeks, right?
They be battling wildfires for weeks. But when you go into the spirits of vengeance, right? One of those spirits of vengeance is fire.
Right.
Okay, so the Lord uses that to judge, countries and cities and whatever people.
Well, you got Revelations, the 7th chapter. Those 4 angels, that basically they hold them back to destruction. But they've been charged for putting fire down this place, man. Right. When the Lord say, give the go ahead.
That's right, and it said the spirit is going to be in the missiles as well.
All
right, so when you and the brothers gave testimony too of when they saw the whole how can I say this word, 9-1-1 situation. You know what I'm saying? The Septiembre 9-1-1.
Oh yeah. That fire, it was smoldering for a long time.
It was smoke. Well, there was evil spirits that were able to be seen in the plumes of smoke that were going up.
Yep.
So
Apostle Bar talks about that too.
So the Lord put a spirit, a left-handed spirit, in that situation to execute what He wanted to happen. Right. Oh, you thought you was getting away? Oh no, you had a spirit in there like you ever seen Fantasia, where Mickey was able to kind of hood, and pointing that shit, and then dishes was washing themselves.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Lord had a spirit of vengeance in there. Okay, let's get this thermite, squirt out this wall, and catch a nigga in the face, and melt this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was in there getting who he was gonna get.
Yeah.
I think somebody
busy up in there.
didn't
People
somebody
were jumping.
survive?
Some people survived.
Some people did.
But people were jumping out the window.
That's what I'm saying. Which that's also the spirit had to be put on them to do that. You know? So hey man, the Lord is the orchestrator of all things.
That's right.
Carl, I got that just a piece on that Venezuela when they got locked out of the World Trade.
Oh yeah.
Ready for it? You got something you want to say before?
We can.
I can hold it if you want.
Yeah, hold it.
Okay,
Yeah,
Carl.
let's hold on to that.
Before we
Carl.
to the Venezuela.
Yeah. Right.
Hold on. Man, that thing you gave me to me in, it's like he wasted or evaporated.
So hey, like we read, right? He enlarges he enlarges his desire as hell.
Right.
He wants to destroy. Then we just read about hell, which the grave is shot a wall.
Right.
Hell is shot a wall, which
Right.
means the grave, which is never satisfied. So this devil, he continually wants to destroy. He's not satisfied with the amount of destruction he already did in the past 500 years. He's not satisfied.
Well,
He just wants to keep destroying.
and two, spiritually, when you think about it, you know, because he is Esau, he is, you know, the descendants of Esau. In their spirit, they want that blessing. They want the thing that they want the fatness of the earth as they were promised. Okay, and so they're by any means they try to get it. Okay, they're trying to fulfill that, but this is the thing: it was never meant to be an everlasting blessing.
No.
Okay, and it's depicted in Job. What is that? Chapter 30. When he is eating, he shall rain upon him.
Oh yeah.
Which shall think to accomplish his enterprise, then the Lord shall rain upon him. So right when this devil thinks he's gonna finally gain the full mastery over the earth through what? The MOTB, all right, where he will be reaching a godlike status. This is the thing, right? Because the Lord can't call out yet by Shemel Shai. The Lord just brought to my remembrance, and the brothers may be aware of this. There have been updates to the status and progress of shit. I don't know if it's a buzzword or it will become one. I'm sure it will. Neuralink.
Oh no.
Okay, so there have been updates to Neuralink, and
Yep.
and I think
I
he
got-
did
I
a
got
press
articles
release.
on
You
that
got
too.
articles?
Yeah.
He did a press release where basically, and guess what? You know, I was talking to a so-called Christian who the Lord had the Spirit on him to mention it to me. I said, okay, I need to do something or look at. I ain't get to look into it fully, but it's being brought to my remembrance. And he was like, yeah, man, it can restore function. Things we've already been talking about, our elders been talking about through the Spirit. It can restore function to paraplegics and da-da-da. I said, yeah, but on that same token, if it can be used to control if it can be used by your brain to control your body, it can be hacked. It can be accessed remotely.
Yep.
And now you can be controlled by an outside entity.
Yep.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
they already do it. They already have technology where they can broadcast frequencies into your brain. Right. And this is a part of Psalm 64, where it talks about he establishes a diligent search. Right. They already know that your brain. Basically, your brain has its own. You know, your body has its own frequency.
Yeah.
Right? And then your brain waves they're high in the morning. So usually the first couple things that you put, first 20 minutes, whatever you listen to or put within your psyche in the morning can affect your entire day. Right?
I mean, brothers should be waking up listening to the scriptures.
Exactly. Right? So
I didn't know that at the water.
kind. So when it comes to your brain adapts or becomes what do they call it?
Conditioned?
They call it resonance.
Okay.
That's why they
Makes
got the
sense.
experiment with the tuning forks, where if one tuning fork is hit and you put it close to the other one, it starts to resonate at the same frequency. So when they do these different frequencies, it affects your spirit.
Yeah.
You know, it affects your spirit. Like, was it last week I was talking about an echo chamber?
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, when you always into the scriptures or listening to this frequency of the truth, it affects your brain.
That's right.
Dealers up by 3, guys.
Huh?
Dealers that give them 3.
Oh, okay. Should have gave me 3.
Okay, thank you. Right, so they understand that. That's why they do these different things with the music.
Hey, help out the next.
Oh, I thought you were saying
Get past it. Oh, that's right. Anyway, so like back to what you were saying, the resonance chamber.
right. I'm
Echo
just
chamber.
time and shit.
Yeah.
Right. So they understand these different things, that the frequencies that they constantly have around people. You got your 5G, your 6G,
Man.
right? These different frequencies affect people. So they got technology where they can broadcast frequencies directly into your brain. But how much easier if they have a device that's already inside your brain, right? So they can control what you do, how you feel. They can induce different chemical processes in your body
That's right.
by controlling the frequency through their device.
And this is the thing about it. They understand, and they have been showing us through different media, at least since the Matrix, probably before that.
Yeah.
They understand the bioelectric attributes of the body. You know, and a lot of these things that happen are electrical signals.
Yeah, electrical signals.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so they understand that, and they can tap into that.
They understand the electromagnetic spectrum.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the different frequencies. That's why they make these different clothes. That the
Metric
clothes
frequency,
vibrate
yeah.
at a certain frequency.
Yeah.
Everything goes off of frequency, and that's why you had this Jake. See, it's always Jake. It's always Jake that come up with inventions and get understanding of things that are not mainstream knowledge. Right? Your boy Terrence Howard. He actually stepped away from Hollywood. He's like, I'm not doing that no more.
Yeah,
He's like, he's really a scientist. But everybody, you know, all the mainstream scientists didn't want to help him out or support him and his technology that he's trying to. Why? Because it's going to be free energy.
That's right.
I wouldn't be surprised if Terrence Howard is Nikola Tesla.
Hey, and this is the thing about it. It wouldn't, like you said, it wouldn't be a surprise. Even look at now, and not to say that he is, but you know, he's being shunned, much like Nikola Tesla was, man.
Right.
And he ended up dying with no funding.
Right.
And then after he died,
They took his funding away.
It took his funding, it took his support, and then they went in and they seized all his inventions. And you can guarantee
That's how you got. That's how you so like.
No.
That's how you got HARP.
Yep.
That's how you got. That's how you got Wi-Fi.
Man.
These are all from Nikola Tesla's design.
Yep.
Wi-Fi, energy, radiation through the air, information through the air, Wi-Fi, wireless. Come on now.
Yeah.
Wireless charging. These are all little small things that they got
primitive forms of it.
Right, but they got technology that's way higher than what we have.
I was just about to say they're dialed down forms of it that they can control, or that they feed you piecemeal,
Right.
and they keep you in a sense of control, man. You know, everything is for this devil's benefit and to control things, man. So he's never gonna. Why would he give you free energy? If you had that, he would be relinquishing his control over it.
Exactly.
If you were self-sufficient, you wouldn't have an energy bill. That's one less thing you got to go toil for.
Right.
And then, so let's just entertain.
It gives you what? It gives you more time.
More freedom
Right,
to
more
do what?
freedom.
If you let's say you had housing like because this is the thing, and it's gonna segue back in a little bit to things that are happening prophetically. Okay, with this whole Maduro thing, what did Gaddafi give his people, his citizens? They were given free room and board, and I think free education. You know, there were certain. We might need to Google that.
That'll build your nation, man.
So
Just like in Germany, the education is free.
Right.
Like, no, we want you. What's that? Switzerland. When people go to jail, they really focus on rehabilitation.
yeah, the jails are drastically different.
The jails is like you going to trade school.
Niggas are living comfortably.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's like you going to trade school. You want to be a chef? We'll teach you how to be a chef, so you can be a
benefit to society.
There you go.
Yeah, because this is the thing. Let's think about it, and it makes sense. You know, we'll briefly go into this through this book. Okay, a lot of the people that turn to crime is because what? They're in uncomfortable or untenable situations.
Yeah.
They don't have the basic necessities to support life. They don't have somewhere to live. They don't have something to eat. So let's say these individuals, they get caught. You put them in these situations. Okay, we're going to give you a chance to learn. We're going to give you somewhere to live, somewhere to eat, blah, blah, blah. And so that you can experience these things, we're going to give you the tools that when you get out, you don't have to do this no more. That fucking makes sense. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 6, verse 30. Right? Men do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his soul when he is hungry.
That's right.
Now, hey, Jake turned to drugs. I got to put food on the table, man.
That's right.
You know, I got bills to pay. There ain't no other way for me to do this, or they don't see any other way. Right?
Which now you understand the difference between a thief and a robber. A thief
robber,
is
right.
someone that goes into a place of business and there's food and they're still unsatisfied and they leave out with, a couple extra items and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's different than somebody that I'm gonna rob you for your money.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna do a malicious act towards you.
Right.
Yeah. See, that's
Right.
that's different. You know, that's somebody that's lying in wait for somebody.
Right.
To take, but like I said, you got a store and you catch a motherfucker with some apples and shit in his pocket.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna be like, what? Damn, niggas, you hungry?
The thing is what?
All you have to do is ask.
Right.
I already gave it to you.
The thing is, Jake, is that a lot of times they have a lack of resources, like you said, necessities.
Right.
And a lot of times what it is with Jake over here is they put them in the worst environment.
Yeah.
Where they have a lack of resources. So now there's a higher chance for Jake to be like, well, you know what? I'm just gonna take it from this nigga right next door.
Man.
And that, hey, we're coming into that time where there's gonna be scarcity
Man
to
shall
where
not
people.
pity his neighbor.
Right. That's gonna be wartime mindset. When you think about a nation or a kingdom, our kingdom suffer. We don't have any food. But this kingdom over here, they got food, they got land, they got resources. Well, our kingdom gotta eat. Fuck it, we got swords, we got this, we going to war. We're gonna take that.
Anyway, yeah, and that's like the brother said. They do that already. And I'm gonna quote Jay-Z. What did Jay-Z say? I think it was Jay-Z. He said they call it a project because it's a project. You know, it's an experiment. When they put Jake in these different situations, such as the projects, okay, they're trying to see how you're gonna react. Esau's been doing these social human experiments where he'll put you in a certain. Let's see how the people gonna react. He's doing it today. Okay, we're gonna make this Jamba Juice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Jabberoonie. We're gonna make it where if you don't take it, you ain't gonna be able to do A, B, and C. Let's see what they do. Right. You know, we're gonna do predictive programming. We're gonna see how much of this predictive programming has affected the masses. We're gonna put out this. We're gonna see how they respond. This is how the devil does it, man. Yes, sir.
No, just the same thing.
Now what Gaddafi got for his people.
Ooh, you did?
Yeah.
What did he?
So
Did he say?
Yeah, it's
Free education, basic health care, affordable housing, something like that. Yeah, you can read that. Let's read that. So these are some of the, go ahead.
I'm going to read what Gaddafi did for his people. It says, Muammar, from Google, Muammar Gaddafi's regime used Libya's oil wealth to provide citizens with free education, up to university, basic health care, affordable housing, and subsidized food and water, significantly improving literacy and living standards for many, though benefits were unevenly distributed. He also funded large-scale welfare projects and infrastructure aiming to combat homelessness and provide opportunities, but his rule was also marked by repression, funding terrorism, and international conflict.
That's contradictory information. How can you say on the one hand he did this and provided all this, but he was repressive?
That's right.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Right.
This
That's
same
how that devil
dude,
be working.
that's how he
That's right.
plays. But this same guy, Muammar Gaddafi, He didn't have. When I was seeing the videos of him, he didn't have no armored car.
His
He
people
was-
loved him.
Bro, he was in the car with no roof, waving and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Happy. So that tells me that this is not some man whose life is in danger. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody who's probably loved by his people. You know what I'm saying? So where are they getting this shit from? You know, when I found out they said, oh, he did this and he did that. No, we know what he did. Okay, he was gonna change the standard from the fiat currency to gold. Or the standard for buying oil, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? And this devil can't have that. Okay, because guess what? That means he would have to relinquish his control.
Right. So I wanted to point this out. They said what? They used the oil wealth. He used the oil wealth to increase the
standard of living or the
standard
quality of life.
the quality of life for his people.
Right.
This devil over here, he's gonna get the oil, but the quality of life over here in America is gonna be worse. So what the fuck?
Gone.
And the scriptures talk about the tender mercies of the cruel, which is talking about how you treat your animals.
Right.
But the same could be said, like a king, he's supposed to be a shepherd over his kingdom. You know?
Well, he says we're like cattle. This
Right.
bitch ass.
Right.
He
They call us goyim.
Boy, Gawayam.
Right.
You know, and but what does he do? You know, his tender mercies, his things where he tries to appeal to you and say, oh, you need this and you need that. It's really to take you out. You know? If we do a good job with Maxine and so on and so forth, we can reduce the population increase number by up to, what did he say, 50% or some shit? Yeah, we got too many people on the earth. When shit went right over niggas' heads, they was in there, yeah, you ran, I killed Gates. This motherfucker just said he's going,
Gates to hell.
this nigga just said he was going,